assisted by Peel Tactical Units and members of Mall Security, are clearing the building. It has been deemed secure at this time. They are working on a controlled exit of those people who remain inside.
The shooting happened around 2:30. No reports yet of injuries. Toronto police say they do have a suspect info, but aren't willing to share yet. This retail manager told CB24 some shoppers started to panic once they realized what was going on.
Gunshots were heard, 5 or 6 gunshots. I walked out of my back room, saw my customers going behind my chocolate counter, going behind my ice cream, running into the store. At that point, the two of us who worked there, we told them to run through our back office, to walk out, and to get out of the mall.
Again, so far, no reports, no confirmed reports of any injuries. The mall will not reopen for the rest of the day. Stay tuned to News Talk 1010 as we learn more about this active investigation. Now let's check the drive with News Talk 1010, time saver traffic.
The collision on the eastbound 401 approaching Warden in the collector. The 3 left lanes are blocked off due to the crash. Westbound 401 approaching Highway 400 in the collector's. Fire crews are occupying the right lane to assist with a blaze off the highway. Traffic brought to you by Woodbine Entertainment. The Queen's Plate is back. Canada's biggest day of racing, August 22nd at Woodbine. Limited tickets available for a day of racing, fashion, food, and more. Tickets start at $20 at queensplate.com. Time saver traffic. I'm Ryan Plumbing. Your next update at 5:15, where Toronto gets answers. News Talk 1010.
Breaking earlier this afternoon, Ottawa is requiring all federal employees to be vaccinated against COVID-19. Dominic LeBlanc is president of the Privy Council, and he says the government expects employers in federally regulated industries to do the same. Close to 500,000 people work directly for the federal government, a crown corporation, the military, or the RCMP. Nearly 1 million more work in federally regulated industries. We're talking about banks and airlines. Transport Minister Omar Al-Gabra also says by the fall there will be a vaccine requirement for all transportation workers, and many travelers too, those who travel by commercial airline, on interprovincial trains, or on cruise ships. So, taking the train to Montreal or a flight to Vancouver, this applies to you. The minister says this mandate is for everybody's safety.
Next time you get on a bus to go to work, hop on a ferry, take a train or fly to another Canadian city, or any number of other industries that public service employees are part of, remember, they work hard to serve you every day. Let's protect ourselves and each other by getting vaccinated.
At last count, nearly 82% of Canadians 12 and older had at least one dose of a vaccine, and 70% had been fully vaccinated. The province's new case count is about 500 for a second straight day. 510 reported in Ontario. Again, more than 80% of those testing positive are either unvaccinated or only partially vaccinated. Meanwhile, Ontario is 50% established a vaccine certification system. So this is aside from what Ottawa is doing, Ontario only. The group of leaders represent cities with nearly 70% of the province's population. So far, Premier Doug Ford has refused to implement such a system. Capita breaking news anywhere. Download the iHeartRadio app, newstalk1010.com, tvnewstoronto.ca. News Talk 1010 weather. They're still calling for a chance for showers this evening along with the risk of a thunderstorm. Happens or not, we are cooling down overnight regardless. The low dropping down to a very comfortable 16 degrees. The weekend is looking lovely. Again, looking very comfortable. Saturday, mainly sunny, high of 25. Sunday high of 25 degrees. And for Monday, more sunshine as well, a high of 26. Right now, it is hazy, it is hot, it is 29 degrees, it feels more like 37. I'm Victoria Matiash with Toronto's breaking news, traffic, and weather. Join us in an hour for CTV News at 6, where Toronto gets answers. News Talk 1010.
Our coverage continues of this developing story on the iHeartRadio Talk Network.
Gunshots were heard, 5 or 6 gunshots. I walked out of my back room, saw my customers going behind my chocolate counter, going behind my ice cream, running into the store. At that point, the two of us who worked there, we told them to run to our back office, to walk out, and
Sherway Gardens Mall, which is continuing in lockdown, they will not reopen today. After a shooting incident earlier this afternoon, Police Chief Dave Rimmer is on the scene. That mall still in lockdown as they do a controlled exit. Police currently conducting a controlled exit of the mall. No injuries have been located. That is, no injured persons located. We have confirmed, though, that shots were fired, and we have confirmed that those shots were fired between two groups of people. They do have suspect information, but we're not willing to release any of that information. At the time of the press conference, which happened just before 5 o'clock, when asked about whether any firearms were found, police would not comment on that as well. News Talk 1010 crime specialist Mark Mendelson joins us to fill in some of the blanks. Hopefully, Mark, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Good afternoon, Jay, and good afternoon, Jeff.
So you just heard the very latest, my update there, and the press conference shortly before 5 o'clock this afternoon, as probably you're not surprised, more questions than answers in that process.
Well, it's early on in this investigation, and of course, when you're dealing with a mall, when you're dealing with restaurants, large restaurants, and you know, lots of people around, and you know, everybody's reporting something different. Some didn't hear shots, some did. People running away that were injured. This is the case for the police of organized confusion, and they've got to spend a considerable amount of time sort of figuring out what's what, where the guns involved, what the forensic evidence is at, and also how to fix it. So they're looking through the mall, through the parking lot, and I'm sure they're looking at the hospital as well, to see if anybody's been driven in there with, you know, evidence of either an assault or gunshot wounds, things of that nature. So it's early on. But, you know, in this day and age, we've all learned now that the phrase lockdown is becoming pretty blasé for all of us now. We all understand what it is, and that's a very sad commentary, but it's also a matter of public safety. You know, you've got to take care of the patrons that are in this mall and in these restaurants, and make sure that things are safe for them to leave. So, you know, if there are guns involved, and there's certainly, you know, been reporting about that to, you know, to this point, you know, at least you know that you've got a couple of people out there who are armed. So we'll be looking for forensic evidence, A, of shooting, and B, if there's any casings, and are they tied into anybody, are they tied into any other, you know, is it a crime gun that was involved, and what the motivation is? Are they pulling security tape from the malls and from the restaurants, see if they can track these people to sort of develop, you know, possible suspect information and descriptions, things like that. And if any vehicles that, you know, that they have been, you know, broken out of the parking lot at the time. So it's early on, but it's all on this backdrop of taking care of everybody that was in there. It's unfortunate, but this is the reality we live in.
I'm sure they're trying to fix something. Spokesperson saying, you know, that residents are not prepared to comment on it.
Of the population in that particular area is creating real work. And so they want to do their due diligence. They want to make sure they're putting out the right, correct, accurate information to the public.
As we continue coverage of the lockdown at Sherway Gardens, where police can confirm shots were fired, you're listening to News Talk 1010 crime specialist Mark Mendelson here on The Rush. If police are performing a controlled exit, Mark, is there a possibility that they're not convinced that the shooters aren't inside?
That's a very good point, and you're absolutely right. That's exactly what they're doing. You know, while they're doing this controlled
exit or evacuation of the mall. They're also looking at security tapes at the same time. And you want to make sure that somebody who is involved, whether they're directly involved or whether they're, tangentially involved, it doesn't matter. But if something were to come up on tape and they had a unique description of clothing or hats or what have you, they want to make sure they're not letting some of the people that were involved to sort of blatantly, just quietly walk out the door without being noticed. So they have to be controlled in that respect. But it's all part of the investigation. This is what we have to be done. It's unfortunate that it's taken place, but the cops get one shot of the crime scene. You only get one time. So you got to make that crime scene work. You got to get all of the information gathered, all of the evidence you can, and all the documentary and digital evidence you can at the first opportunity. And if they don't want to make a mistake and mess it up later on down the road. So they're being cautious. And I think most of the papers, don't mind. I think they want to feel safe. They want to make sure that they can walk into their cars and not be concerned that they may be shot at later on or that a suspect is roaming around or hiding in the bushes or parking lot. So, they're doing their due diligence and taking the reasonable precautions to make sure everybody's safe.
So, Mark, when we hear, I think most of us who don't know policing the way you do, when we hear two groups of individuals, we think gangs. Is that a reasonable expectation? Are we overthinking?
Well, if it turns out that they all have guns, then I think that's a pretty reasonable, fair inference to draw. I'm sure none of us know a lot of people that walk around with guns all the time, unless you happen to be involved in criminal activity or being a member of the gang. I think that's a very fair inference. And then, once they identify some of these people, either directly or they identify the weapons through forensic analysis, it's going to take, we're going to have to look to see. But, let's be reasonable about this. If you've got 25 people that show up at a mall and they're all armed, it's not like you're going to the dollar store.
I want to play something for you, Mark. This is a listener who was sharing earlier today, and she reported seeing 4 men fighting and someone running by with a bloody face.
He had something in his pants because he was holding on, like he had these saggy black sweatpants, and he had his hands down the pants pocket, and he was kind of holding on, running. Face was bloody from the forehead and nose area. He didn't have a shirt on. He had taken his hoodie and put it on his head, so I don't know if there was more injury up there. And he had like a Burberry type scarf kind of hanging over everything. And he was running, and he just literally just ran right past us. There's a bunch of people standing right there, just ran right past us and into Saks.
So we've got about a minute left, Mark, but, I want to ask you, when you hear that, are you not surprised, and well, thankfully, that, with shots fired and that type of altercation, it seems like the only blood, the only injury that we're hearing about thus far is from one of the people that they're trying to find?
Well, you're right. And, obviously he's been injured, whether that's through a physical altercation or something else. But I also, take note of the fact she says that he's sort of holding on to something around his waistband. And I don't think you have to be a mental giant to figure out what that could possibly be.
Yeah, he wasn't belt shopping.
He could have his piece right there, so.
Yeah. Okay. News Talk 1010 crime specialist Mark Mendelson, always so generous with your time. We appreciate it.
Have a good afternoon, guys.
You too, sir. Have a fantastic weekend as well. As we find out this afternoon that Canada is sending forces to close our Afghan embassy, we'll speak with Senior Fellow at the Foundation for Defense of Democracies, which is a nonpartisan research institute focusing on national security and foreign policy. Bill Raggio joins us to talk next on the 5:15 and News Talk 1010, time saver traffic.
We're taking a look at the drive. There's still a lot of incidents to report. We've got a few new ones. Collision on the eastbound 401 approaching Warden in the Collectors. 3 left lanes are blocked due to the crash there. Westbound 401 approaching 400 in the Collectors. Fire crews are occupying the right lane to assist with that blaze off the highway. Still dealing with the vehicle in the ditch on the northbound 404 north of the 407. Emergency crews there have the right lane and shoulder blocked to help out there. The westbound 401 at Brimley in the Collectors, a right lane is blocked due to a crash. Taking a look at the News Talk 1010 weather. Tonight, mainly cloudy, 60% chance of showers early this evening with a risk of thunderstorm. That's going to clear up before the morning. We're looking at a low of 16. Right now, we're seeing some rain and clouds. It's 29, but with the humid, it's feeling like 38. Stand Up to Cancer is making the impossible possible. Tune in Saturday, August 21st at 8 p.m. for one night on CBC, City, TV, CTV, and Global. I'm Ryan Fleming. Your next update at 5, where Toronto gets answers. News Talk 1010.
News brought to you by Magic. Better, smarter windows. Visit magicwindow.ca.
Magic trick number 55. No supply chains, no cross-border sourcing. You know where Magic Windows come from? Right here in the GTA. Designed and manufactured right here by your friends and neighbors. And now that we're able to open again, we'd all be proud to have you come visit our showroom in Woodbridge. With appropriate social distancing, of course. MagicWindow.ca. It's not really magic. It's just better, smarter thinking.
It's time to feel the rush of the round table. Burke Financial offers homeowners personalized mortgage solutions. For 1-hour approvals and fast funding, visit BurkeFinancial.ca. Broker's license 13111.
On movie night, we all squeeze together with blankets and popcorn. So when it was time to hire a new sofa at Lazy Boy, the main test was whether we could all fit at the same time. Lazy Boy had so many love seats, sectionals, and sofas, it was like musical chairs trying them all.
Pay absolutely no HST on all hot buys and clearance during our Lucky 13 sale at 9 GTA stores, plus Kitchener and Barrie.
How Bell makes weekends better.
Sundays, rest, relaxation, and touchdown!
Luckily, with Bell Pure Fiber Internet, you can stream the big games,
Laser beam!
and play games online,
Hey, you're on mute!
and video call your sister all at once.
Keep everybody online with Pure Fiber Internet, the fastest internet technology, starting from just $84.95 a month. Call 310-BELL or visit a Bell store to check availability. Bell, being online just got better.
Hi, I'm Sherry Tabb, co-founder of the Herzig Eye Institute. Many of us have spent our time at home on home improvement. Now it's time for personal improvement. Let us help you see the better days ahead, even better. We can bring back far, near, and in-between vision without glasses, or even reading glasses. Google Herzig Eye Institute. Call us for a consultation. There's no charge. We're prepared, you're protected. Look after yourself. Promise me.
Try it now! Try it now? How about now? Now!
Sounds like it's time to Toyota. Get in a 2021 Camry SE front-wheel drive today. Lease from $79 weekly at 3.99% APR for 60 months with $2,800 down. Visit shoptoyota.ca or shop safely at your local Ontario Toyota dealer.
With new methods, innovative approaches, and greater diversity, Canada's leading labor and employment law firm is Levitt Shake. Visit LevittLLP.com and join Howard Levitt on the Employment Law Show, Sunday at 1 p.m.
It's been a long, lonely year for so many seniors. Now it's time to make sure you have the support and care you need beyond what family can provide. You deserve more than back to normal. I'm Doug McClatchy, CEO of Amica Senior Lifestyles. Whether you need a little help or a lot, you don't have to do it alone. We can help with exceptional care in a premium residence with safe social connections that make life easier and better for everyone right now. See for yourself. Book a tour at amica.ca.
Hey there. If you don't want it, someone else will. Hi, I'm Todd C. Slater, president of the Simple Investor. Everyone needs a roof over their heads, and the need for rental properties is only going to get greater. Our newest release offers you a 750 square foot, one-bedroom investment property for only $269,000, hands-free ownership, and guaranteed rents.